what's good, you guys? It's Boomer, and you're watching Bali Star. Today, we is getting into Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria breakdown. Every Drake diss explained. Now, today's gonna be a half a K-Dot day. You know what I'm saying? Still continuing from yesterday. You know what I'm saying? The cataclysmic event from yesterday. Well, partially the day before that, but it's continuing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this, I mean, he didn't intricately have to break it down like that because he didn't really have a, what was it, quintuple tundra like that, you know what I'm saying? Which is not what Drake, expected. But, hey, he made it pretty clear, especially with the entendres. You know what I'm saying? He made it pretty clear and decisive to where it's like you listen to it on the third listen. You know, like you pretty much get all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like just like moderately, if not just like straight up. Basically, you get it. Let's get straight on into the video. Let's go.
I just responded to Drake's push-ups, so you know what time it is. Here's a straightforward breakdown of every single line on the new diss. The whole point of the diss is that Drake is putting on this tough guy persona that really represents everything that he's not.
You're not a rap artist, she was scam artist.
Just watch this clip of Drake making fun of Toronto slang.
Yeah, yo, so man's like you were going to that, and then it seems like the group.
Crew.
It's not. It's really ignorant.
Meanwhile, in his music, he writes every single accent and musical style known to man.
Habibti, please, ana akid, inte o ana ahra.
Kendrick flips this line.
Oh, that's supposed to be Arabian? I didn't even know. I thought that was British.
What the fuck is this, a 20v1, nigga?
To come after his ghostwriting with this line.
Ain't 20v1, this 1v20 if I gotta smack niggas that right with you.
And the whole song feels like a warning shot that Kendrick knows more about Drake's Diddy-like, Michael Jackson-like behavior. With the name of the song being Euphoria, a reference to the hit show that Drake executive produced with Sam Levinson. That's controversial for really sexualizing high school. Let's go line by line. That first sample at the beginning, everything they say about me is true, if you reverse it.
Everything they say about me is true!
It's a reference to the original Wizard of Oz, starring Michael Jackson.
Everything they say about me is true! I'm a phony!
Kendrick's trying to remind us that Drake is an actor. He's just...
I don't think that was the exact voice of Richard Pryor. I think someone just acted that part out. That could be obvious. You know, that's just my say.
Kendrick's trying to remind us that Drake is an actor.
Like Richard
He's
Pryor
just playing
voice
the
in the
part.
Kendrick
He doesn't really belong
track.
in rap or the culture. This line
Superpowers getting neutralized.
is a reference to Drake saying this on For Free.
I must have a superpower.
And he comes after Drake for being morally corrupt, for not being a good role model to his child and to the people that follow him.
You're moving just like a degenerate.
He's 37, still living like he's in his 20s or in college. The only child he has is with a porn
He
star.
does, man. He does. And that's one thing. It's like, what was it? When, I don't know if it was when the album For All the Dogs came out or so, or the couple music videos he put before that, but it's like, you just get that sense of demeanor. It's like, bro, why are you still acting like you're in your 20s, bro? Or rapping like it. I think it was for when All the Dogs came out. Maybe the album before. I don't really remember. It was crazy because I was saying to myself, it's like, people think that Drake don't have classics. Drake does have classics, bro. To me, personally, and I say this personally, because this is heavily my opinion. Alright? Let me reference that I'm allowed to have an opinion. Because I am a human. I am my own thinker. And I'm allowed to have my own opinion. I reference that because a lot of people would flame you for said opinion or so, even though it's your opinion. And, you know, you gotta remind them that it's your opinion. So with that, I'm gonna say my opinion. Nah, I'm playing. Yeah, my opinion is that, like, Drake's Thank Me Later is a classic. That, again, that's my opinion. Thank Me Later was a classic. Take Care was for sure a classic. Nothing Was the Same was a classic. Everything else after that kind of went downhill from there. Views, you kind of start to see it, but it's like you hope that his next album would rise back up to Nothing Was the Same, to a Take Care and all that. Because at that time, those albums he came out like he was still fresh. Shoot, he even calls mixtapes classics. You know what I'm saying? So Far Gone for sure. October's Very Own. You know what I'm saying? Even though he had some like tracks where he rapped over that were already made tracks, already famous tracks. You know what I'm saying? He freestyled over them and all that stuff. Made songs of his own, like Kanye's I forgot what song that was, but yeah, he made his own song off of that Kanye track. You know what I'm saying? Still was a classic to me. Both tracks, I might add. But yeah, it's like everything up to nothing was the same because he was rapping still from his own perspective when he was fresh new in the game and when he started becoming acclimated into the rap game and all that stuff. Like he didn't really take it to the gimmicks yet because he still was the gimmick. Drake was the gimmick. You feel me? A lot of people hated on Drake, but they took notes in a route to do that Drake-like effect because he was the gimmick. You feel me? So Drake, all he had to do was just be himself. But Views is where he started to acquire the little gimmicky-ish ting, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I say ting because he started to claim that T-Dot Jamaican accent, you know what I'm saying? I think it might have shown early and nothing was the same. I'm not sure. It wasn't really that apparent. Because again, he was still being his true self. All through and through. But in Views, it's like you start to see that a little bit. It's like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess it makes sense because he's from Toronto. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the quality just wasn't the same. Like, you know, he became less of that acquired Drake, and pause for saying this, that acquired Drake taste, you know what I'm saying, to listen to. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know what it was. Maybe y'all can let me know down in the comments. But Views, it just didn't hold the same weight, you know? But yeah, nothing was the same. Take Care and Thank Me Later to me were classics because he was still being himself. He was still writing down his stories, his thoughts down on pen and paper, and you know, rapping with a gusto. And you know, basically I was saying this, like, there's a reason why Drake is in the big three, bro. He wouldn't be in the big three if he didn't have a classic. There's a reason why the big three back then, like I remember this this charted picture to this day. They called J. Cole the soul, Kendrick the mind, and Drake the heart. You know why they called Drake the heart? Because Drake, like, he rapped like in a way that, you know, a typical middle class person, or should I say teenager or so, like a middle class like person, a middle class person, whether it be teenager, adult, or whatever, they would write these type of love poems or so, you know, to their significant other. You know, the men would write to the women, you know, these type of things, or tell women how they feel like this. And Drake would phrase it in a way that, like, you know, most people would say to their women or so, you know what I'm saying? And in a clever standpoint, you know what I'm saying? But he's speaking from the heart, so it's clever, but it comes from the heart. And you know, it'll make most thugs, not all, most people that lived in less middle class areas, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, let's talk about like the gangsters and, you know what I'm saying, the thugs, even though they didn't really much like Drake, you know, you'd have some to most that would, you know, talk this way with their, you know, saying with their girls or so, or, you know, with their whatever be, you know what I'm saying, that whatever position they have a specific girl in, they will talk to them like this, you know what I'm saying. It would be clever, but like it'd be from the heart, and you know, it would, you know, girls are all emotional more than logical, so it'd be like, you know, it'll be twisting their emotions up, you know what I'm saying, and you know, it'd be clever, you know what I'm saying. Drake would make the gangsters rap like they're well, not rap, but they'll make the gangsters talk in a suburban dude-ish type way. You know what I'm saying? Or at least think that way from a clever standpoint and when talking to their significant other. And he will make suburban dudes feel that way about their significant other as well. I'm pretty sure they'll make them feel a way that they haven't thought about saying it like that before. It's like, oh shoot, yeah, I do think of her that way. Like, why didn't I say that? You know what I'm saying? It's not too late. I can say it right now. You feel me? She hasn't listened to the Drake song yet. You know, I can still pull that on her. But it's like, bro, he spoke from the heart and spoke in a way that was like, yo, we could easier connect with women in that type of way. But again, that's just like my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have a different opinion or one that bounces off of that. You know, let me know down in the comments. But that's the reason why we called him the heart. J. Cole, the soul, because it's like, yo, he really told stuff from like, I don't want to say a bird's eye view, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like he'll speak from the soul on what's really going on and, you know, about women, you know, about like what they go through and men, what they go through, you know, like how each other mesh together, you know what I'm saying? How the significant other meshes together, man and woman, when they, like, you know, like how they mesh together, you know what I'm saying? The connections that they have, the differences that they have, you know, whether from a bird's eye view, from a different point of view, or from like a person's one own point of view. Like, he spoke from that and from like just told it in a very deep, intricate way. That's why he was considered the soul. Kendrick the mind, because he was rapping about society. You know what I'm saying? How we move as people, whether it be as a significant other or just from one person watching another person down the street on what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. You know, it's like we're thinking like, you know, oh, what's he gonna do? Like, you know, what action should I take from what he's gonna do or so? You know, whether it be like an action, like you see a person committing a robbery to a person just, you know, arguing with a Chipotle worker, or to a person that's just like, you know, on his cell phone walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? It's like you could have an action of like, okay, I just see a person walking down the street, like, you know, talking to his baby mama, like, whoa, nah. Or you see a person committing a robbery and you're like, oh shoot, you know what I'm saying? It can go 0 to 100 like that. You feel me? And yeah, my bad about that rant, man. About this rant, like I didn't expect it to go into this, but yeah, it's just like that's why we consider them the big three from the start, bro. Like, whether this was a meme or not, like I thought it was completely true, bro. Kendrick was the mind, J. Cole was the soul, and Drake was the heart. There's a reason why he was there. If he wasn't there, he wouldn't be there if he didn't have classics, bro. If Take Care and Nothing Was the Same didn't explain like how he wrote from that, you know, me, you, intricate type of standpoint. It just stopped after Views because he started chasing clout and started chasing like, you know, the claim to his fame, which Kendrick stated.
We hate the bitches you fuck cause they confuse themselves with real women.
Pretending to be this mafia-connected dark figure in rap is the only thing he has going for him, while Kendrick has a whole family and is trying to raise his son.
Y'all think of my life as rap? That's whole shit. I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that.
Kendrick warns him not to lie about him and Whitney's relationship because he's already been honest about it on his last album.
Fabricating stories on the family front, cause you heard Mr. Morale.
And with this reference to the Heart Part 4, which we now know is about Drake.
But don't tell no lie about me.
I won't tell the truth about you.
All that was about Big Sean.
Comparing
I
the
ain't
two
gonna
of them to
cap.
fashion icons.
Tommy Hilfiger stood out, but Fubu never had been your collection.
Fubu is for us, by us. It really belongs to and is for the culture. Tommy Hilfiger, on the other hand, the rumors that he's racist, and he didn't approve of the hip-hop industry embracing his brand. The goal of Kendrick's music, especially his older albums, are to inspire revolutionary thought.
I make music that electrify.
While here he says that Drake makes music for kids, and in a creepy way.
You make music that pacify.
Alright, part 2 of this the song, after the beat switch, we get this interesting double entendre about MJ.
Got a Benjamin and a Jackson all in my house like I'm joking.
He had a pet rat growing up, and then he made a song for a movie called Ben that was about a pet rat. Michael Jackson's dad is Joe Jackson, so he's calling Drake his son here. Then obviously Joe Biden also has a Benjamin and Jackson in his house, Ben Franklin and Andrew Jackson.
Everybody wanna be demon till they get chipped by your throwaway.
This line implies that the song Like That was just a throwaway, referencing Future's middle name, Demon, and Future's song Throwaway, but also implying he's not afraid of Drake sharing whatever he knows about Kendrick, like he said he would do on Pusha.
This ain't even everything I know.
Oh, okay. I never got that line. I go
reference
cap.
to high school and possible inappropriate relationships with minors.
Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play.
And he brings up tough situations related to violence and legal battles in his life to show that he isn't acting. He admits his defeats and struggles like he did on Mr. Morale.
Have you ever watch your enemy down like with a poker face?
While Drake is setting himself up for
what?
Morale.
Have you ever watch your enemy down like with a poker face?
While Drake is setting himself up for failure because he created this persona that never loses, but still somehow we're supposed to believe came from a tough upbringing.
Well, I have, and I felt that both, but I came out straight.
That 500,000 line is also a reference to when Drake settled a sexual assault claim with $530,000.
Have you ever paid 500,000 like to an open case?
Here he explains why Drake's empty threats when it comes to violence really bother him because he's seen the real impact and it's disrespectful to real victims.
I hate when I rap or talk about guns, then somebody die, they turn into nuns. Then
It's also kind of a shot at Drake for being so obsessed with social media.
hop online like pray for my city, he faking for likes and digital hugs.
Kendrick argues that Birdman used to do the same thing to try to associate with Wayne for that image, and it runs in the family and was passed down to Drake.
His daddy a killer, he wanna be junior, they must have forgot the shit that they done.
Here he references the Tupac ring that Drake owns.
Somebody had told me that you got a ring.
Claiming he would pay double for it just to reverse the disrespect that Drake did to him with his AI verse.
Rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave.
And then he finally explains his
Wait,
problem
hold
with
on.
Drake.
The memes in the back. The memes in the back, though, bro. Hold on. I never knew he did all that about Drake, bro. What? Nah. Hold on.
Rap or talk about guns, then somebody die, they turn into nuns. Then hop.
It's also
4 minutes, 5 seconds.
kind of a shot at Drake for being
Big Mill checking out his hotel in the morning.
so obsessed with social media.
Oh, this is Drake doing that. Okay.
Line like pray for my city, he faking for likes and digital hugs.
Kendrick argues that Birdman used to do the same thing to try to associate with
Trying to catch
Wayne
every
for that
meme.
image, and it runs in the family
I said Philadelphia. Looking at me,
and was passed down to Drake.
His daddy a killer, he wanna be junior, they must have forgot the shit that they done.
Here he references the Tupac ring that Drake owns.
Somebody had told me that you got a ring.
Claiming he would pay double for it just to reverse the disrespect that Drake did to him with his AI verse.
Rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave.
And then he finally explains his problem with Drake and Cole.
There's 3 ghosts left, and that's
Hold on.
it. Big Pac turn in his
What's that
grave.
Friday reference? Something favors for people because it ain't like I need the money from a feature.
Finally explains his problem with Drake and Cole.
There's 3 ghosts left, and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage.
He wants the crown to himself and is ready to come for anyone, whether they're close to him or not.
Level to death, and in 8 bars I'll explain that phrase.
In 8 bars, he did explain that phrase.
I pray they my real friends, if not, I'm YNW Melly.
Here he kind of expresses that he doesn't care about the GOAT debate, he just genuinely hates Drake.
It's not about who the greatest, it's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater.
He hates his persona, he hates the way that his voice changes every time you speak to him.
I don't wanna talk on no silly.
You might be able to sell those accents to the fans, but you can't sell them to Kendrick.
There's no accent you can sell me.
Then he references Drake's beef with Pharrell, which I made this short about that you could watch, but essentially, Drake bought a Pharrell chain at an auction to fuck with Pusha because Pharrell was getting in the middle of the beef, saying he didn't want it to happen. He talked about all that in Meltdown and also wears the chain in his video for Jumbotron Shit Poppin'. Kendrick is basically saying, why are you beefing with Pharrell when you haven't even won your beef with Pusha T?
Call that pushing P. Let me see you push it.
He's warning him that this is going to be a lot tougher than the Pusha beef.
You better off spinning again on him. You think about pushing me.
Calling Pusha by his government name to compare himself to Terrence Crawford, the boxer.
He's Terrence Thorne. I'm Terrence Crawford. Yeah, I'm whooping feet.
Whooping feet is LA slang for beating someone up so bad that you knock them out of their shoes. And that line kind of stands out a little bit on purpose, because if Drake has to go look that up, it proves Kendrick's point. It's the point that he makes with the Crody flow.
I be at Newhall King eating fried rice with a dip sauce and a blammy, Crody.
He lists off all these things that are native to Toronto culture. It just makes
Right,
them
I
sound-
just found that out. New Hope King was like a highly acclaimed like restaurant in T-Dot, bro. I was like,
Dip sauce in the
Slam
blend.
me,
He lists
Crody.
off all these things that are native to Toronto culture, but just makes them sound really stupid, which explains why Drake didn't feel like he could come in authentically and be accepted as rap.
Tell them run to America to imitate heritage. They can't imitate this violence.
Kendrick, on the other hand, was passed the torch. He represents the West Coast, and he represents a continuation of a real rap heritage.
How many more black features till you finally feel that you're black enough?
This line is a double entendre referencing both facial features because of the rumors that Drake got a nose job and features from artists, which Drake often uses to solidify what Kendrick sees as a fake persona.
Yachty can't give you no swag neither. I don't give a fuck about who you hang with.
Kendrick doesn't even have any hate for Yachty here. He's just saying that Yachty is the newest rapper Drake is using to stay relevant and cool. This line is a reference to Diddy punching Drake in the face at a party.
You gon' make a nigga bring back Puff. Let me see if Chubbs really crashed something.
He's kind of saying he doesn't even need to do anything to Drake to debunk his tough guy persona because the rest of the industry has already done it for him. He references the rumors about Drake's ab surgery, and V12 is a double entendre here because that's a machine used for that surgery.
Didn't tell him where you get your abs
Really?
from. V12 is a fast.
This line was a really clever reference to Control, the first time that Kendrick ever actually called out Drake.
As soon as you jump off of that plane, bitch.
And he basically listed off all the things you're better off doing than
Wait, hold up.
This line was a really clever reference to Control, the first time that
Wait,
Kendrick
which one?
V12 is a fast.
This line was a really clever reference to Control, the first time that
The
Kendrick ever
V12
actually
one,
called
or-
out Drake.
As soon as you jump off of that plane,
Off
bitch.
that plane.
And he basically listed off all the things you're better off doing than dissing Kendrick.
Better off trying to skydive at the exit.
Where did he reference
Ever
this?
actually called out Drake.
Where did he reference this in Control? I might need to listen to that
He
song
basically
again.
listed off all the things you're better off doing than dissing Kendrick.
Better off trying to skydive at the exit window of 5G.
In the rest of these lines, we learn that Drake took out a cease and desist for the song Like That.
Try cease and desist on I like that record.
He calls out Drake's alleged BBL.
When I see you stand by sexy red, I believe you see two bad bitches.
Let me know what I missed down below, and as always, subscribe for breakdowns of every song.
You trying to pop ass with him? Nah, Kendrick a fool for those lines right there, bro. Like, you can see it, like you can hear it in his tone when he raps. It's like, when he said next sexy red, I believe you see too bad. You know, by the way he said it, bro, dude was like, oh, man, oh, snaps, bro. Hey, yo, man. Yo, he broke this down in a way that even some bars, like, even I didn't really get like that. And, like, the V12 line, I was like, oh, I didn't know. Oh, shit. Oh, all right, bro. Hey, yo, y'all let me know your thoughts about this down in the comment section down below. You already know it's Boomer and Jared watching Bally Star. Make sure to leave a like, support the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. And if you enjoy the competition of this whole rap beef pandemonium going, then you're going to enjoy this.
Yeah.